All right, you are welcome to this YouTube channel. Right now we'll be going through the Pixel Lab environment. I just opened the Pixel Lab. Now in this Pixel Lab environment, there are features I'm going to be um, showing to us for easy understanding. Now when you open your Pixel Lab, you see an environment like this. This is the layout environment. This is where you do all your designs. This is the layout background, layout environment, layout background. Now on this side you have your my projects. In this my project, this is where you save all your work in the Pixel Lab. So that you can, whenever you want to come back to it to edit and all of that, you can easily edit them. Because when you save as an image, it's already an image in JPG format and you can't edit it anymore. So for you to be able to edit it, you save as a project. Now this default, when you have to start a new work, you click on default. Now by the side you have a test template. Pick any one to start making a design. They are test templates. Now on this area, on the lower aspect, we have a letter A representing test. Now we have styles, we have edit, we have delete, we have to front, to back, position, relative position, size, padding, color, texture, opacity, rotate, mask, font, style, curve, background, align, spacing, line spacing, stroke, shadow, inner shadow, emboss, perspective, rotate, 3D text, 3D shadow, reflection. Now all this you'll be making use of them as time goes on. You'll be making use of them. We're still taking a survey. Now whenever you want to edit a text, you click on edit. You want to write something, you click on edit. Let's say I want to write Pixel Lab now. Pixel Lab. Okay, making everything a capital letter, and I click on this double T. Okay, Pixel Lab. Okay, if I want to delete it, I will delete it. If I want to copy it, I copied it. If I want to bring it to front or to back, just like that. These things are familiar to us, just for us to make ourselves used to them. Now position, you can decide to increase the speed in which you move it. Okay, now relative position, it will help you to centralize the text. All right, now the size of the text, you can decide to increase it, decrease it. You put a value. All right, the padding, moving into the right or left. All right, now the color, you color your text. So you want to add a color, I want to put blue. Okay, you put blue. Okay, making it blue. Let's say I want to use a gradient, you can come to this plus as well. Then on this side, click on it, then click on this bucket. You just say I choose red. Okay, on this other side too, you click the bucket. Let's say I choose blue. Okay, all right, making it blue. Now if you want to add more gradient to it, you click on this blue plus, click on the one you just added, then click on that bucket. Let's say I want to make purple. Let's say purple. All right, purple. Let's say purple. Oh, you click OK. When you are done, you click OK. So I've added gradient to my text. So after everything, you come here and click this good to mark it. Now you can decide to add texture as well. We'll still go through all these ones maybe in the next video. Now you can decide to increase the opacity, decrease it, increase it. Love that. Now you can decide to rotate your text, either vertically, horizontally, or in an angular form. If you don't want any, you minus it. Okay, you can decide to use mask. Those ones are for curving text. You can decide to change the fonts Okay, all right. Changing the font of your text, you can decide to pick any font of your choice. All right. I will still teach us how to import a font maybe in another video too. You can download fonts and import them in your Pixel Lab. Maybe the font you want to make use of is not in the Pixel Lab itself. You can download them, then import them. That will be in another video. Now you can decide to the under style. You can decide to underline it. You can decide to bold it. You can decide to put it in italic. If you don't want any, you cancel it. Okay. Now you can decide to curve your text. You can decide to curve it if you wish to curve it, let's say 50%. You can decide to add a background. Let's say I want to add a background to this now. Add a background to the text. Add a background. You can make it. You can decide to round the background of the text, increasing the radius. Now to align, maybe you have a sentence or words, you can decide to align them, centralize. We have and left alignment, we have central alignment, we have left alignment, right alignment. Okay, so we have spacing. You can decide to space the words, I mean the letters. Maybe the letters are just to jump out. You decide to space them, to give a space between each letters. This one is for letters. Then if there are words, you can decide to click on that words, then space them as well. You space them, you increase, you space them. That's for that. Then we also have a line spacing. Line spacing, that is an vertical line spacing. Maybe you have a sentence, you can decide to give vertical line spacing, though this one is just a word. All right, so we can decide to stroke it. Let's say you stroke it as well. You apply stroke, you apply stroke, you apply stroke to your text. I just apply stroke. Now you can decide to increase the width of the stroke. Okay, you can decide to apply shadow. Yeah, you apply shadow to your text, blue, black, any one of your choice. You can decide to apply. All right. Okay, here you can decide to apply inner shadow as well. Inner shadow, white, anyone of your choice. You can decide to emboss it to make it realistic. You can decide to apply maybe perspective to your text. You know what perspective is from the edges you drag. So I don't want to apply perspective to this one now, because there are certain design in which these perspective are very important. Just like when you want to adjust, if when you want to modify a rectangle, you can decide to use perspective. Now we also have a rotating 3D rotation. You can decide to rotate your text or just leave it like that. We have y-axis, we have s-axis. Okay, we have 3D test. 3D test, you can decide to make your test in 3D format. You can decide to make your test in 3D format. Okay, that's that. All right. Okay, these are just settings under 3D, adjusting the light intensity, direction of the light intensity, and all of that. We'll still go through them when we are dealing with them one after the other. I'm just throwing a survey on the Pixel features. Now you also have a 3D shadow. You can decide to add a 3D shadow to your text. You can decide to blur it, you can decide to increase it, you can decide to adjust the opacity, you can decide to expand it, you can decide to reduce it onto your own taste. You can decide to apply reflection. Apply reflection to your text. If you want to apply reflection to this down one, you apply reflection. Okay, that's for that. Okay, that's that. So now next to the text now is where we have the object tool. We have the object tool. Under the object tool, we have various features there. We have the sticker, we have the import, we have draw, we have shape, we have bezier, we have arrow. Now under stickers, you have some some inbuilt stickers on the pixel lab. If you want to make use of any of them, you click make use of them. Okay, now we have import. Under this import, you can decide to import pictures. You import pictures from your gallery, the pictures you downloaded, maybe icons, maybe special objects you downloaded online you want to make use of. You can decide to import them by clicking on this import. All right, now under this draw, you can decide to make a special drawing. You can decide to make a special drawing. From here, you can decide to make it a dotted line. Okay, all right. The screen is filled up. All right, under shape, you have various shapes. You have various shapes. When you click on shape, you have to come down to this arrow, down facing arrow. You click on it, you have all the shapes you need to make a design. Yeah, to make a design, you have rectangle, cycle, we have sphere, we have arrow, star. I have so many of them here you can make in using designing. Now you can decide to increase the opacity or decrease it. You can decide to decrease the opacity or the fees of the object, then increase the stroke of the object. You can decide to color the stroke. You can decide to color the object from here as well. Okay, all right, so you can decide to use bezier tool. This one is this bezier tool is like, okay, it's not like it's a curve. You need to draw a curved line, you need to draw a curved object. Okay, they are for special purposes. We'll still talk about them in this video. We cannot just have exhaust everything. It's just so wide, we have a lot to learn. All right, you have so many things to learn here. You have so many things to learn. If I want to record the whole video, it's going to take a lot of time. All right, so we have to be doing them bit by bit. Okay, we have arrow. Okay, you can decide to choose the arrowhead on the arrow tail. You choose anyone you want to your own choice. Okay, next to the object tool is the background or the image tool. Let's say the image tool or the background. Now under this, you can decide to color the background. Choose the color of the background. Let's say I want to make use of, okay, let me choose white. Okay, I'm making use of white background now. Okay, it. Now you can decide to make it transparent. You can decide to make it transparent. Transparent meaning you are removing the background. You are removing the background of the of your design. Let's say you design a logo. You want to make it transparent, like a watermark. You want to make it a PNG. You choose transparency. This transparent. Okay, that's it. If you don't want to use it, okay, you put a color there. All right, now this is the image size. It's very compulsory. It's very good that you give a size to your work. You give size to your work. From here under this custom, you can decide to choose square if your work is square. You can decide to choose any one thumbnail if you are going to post it on YouTube, Facebook cover art, Google Plus cover art, Twitter header size, and all of that. So from here you can decide to give a number. Maybe you are making use of inches, you are making use of feet, you are making use of meter and all of that. Now on this pixel lab, it uses it measure in pixel. It measure in pixel, just like in CorelDRAW, in Photoshop. You are still going to see the pixel there. This pixel lab measure in the pixel. So okay, it so that whenever you want to print out your work, it will be easier for you because you have already taken your measurement. Because if you don't take your measurement and you just start designing, it's going to affect your work when it comes to printing, because you have to start adjusting and all of that. So it's good you take the measurement of your background of your work before you start any work at all. Now, okay, we we have crop. Okay, next to it is crop. Then we also have image. Yeah, image. Under this image, you can decide to choose image from your this is just image you have in your this thing, the image you have in your photo, and sorry, the image you have, the inbuilt image you have in this pixel lab, the inbuilt image you have in this pixel lab. Okay, now you also have an image from gallery. You can decide to import image from your gallery, and decide to import image from your gallery and use it as background. Let's say you downloaded an image online and you want to use it as your background. That's how you do that. Okay, so you can also use image from your camera. Okay, let's leave that one aside. Okay, you can, this next to it is the filter. You apply filter. Now you can decide to rotate the background. You can decide to leave it. Now you can decide to apply vignette. Okay, that's for that. It's affecting the background as well as the design. You can decide to apply noise or okay, these are strips. Just go through them, just practice, just move around them. We are not making special design for now. We are just going through them, as in trying to master the tools. You have brightness, you can decide to increase, decrease it, increase, decrease it. Okay, we have the contrast, we have the OA and all of that. These are values. When we say values, it have to do with contrast between black and white and all of that. So we have saturation too. We have, okay, so that's for that. So let's come up to this other side. Let's come up. We have some tools there we have to go through as well. So we have the plus sign. So this plus sign, you can, when you click on the plus sign, it will bring out text, it will bring out current date, sticker, shape. From gallery we have draw. Now when you click on text, just what we discussed under this downside, this A, when you click on text, you are adding text. When you click on current date, you are adding date. You are click on sticker, we already treated all this stuff. Now when you click on this other side, you have save as project. I mentioned this earlier. I emphasized on it earlier. Saving as project is different from saving as image. When you save as image, is going straight to your gallery and you can't edit it. When you save as project, it will be in your pixel lab and you can go back to it and edit it. You get, now there are two different things. Now next to it is the share. You share. Now from here you can decide to share and save here. From here you save. Okay, you save. We'll still come back to this too. Cancel it. Now next to it is the quotes. This quotes contains several quotes, motivation quotes, several blah blah blah, social friendship and all of that. Just in your spare time, just move around this environment. Now next to it is this three dots, vertical dots. Now we have used image from gallery. We treated that one before. In case you want to apply image as your background, you use image from gallery. This full screen is, as in you are making it a full screen, as it's a form of zooming. Yeah, form of zooming your background. Now use image from gallery. We already treated those ones. Export image. This export image means that you are trying to save your work. You are saving your work. You get, now you are saving your work. You can decide to save as the format of the savings. Can be PNG, it can be JPG, no transparency. PNG, there is transparency, meaning it doesn't have a background. Now on this custom, you can decide to increase it. Yeah, is it low, is it medium, is it high, is it very high, is it ultra? All these, they means that the quality will increase. When you put it on ultra, the size, the quality will increase so much. Just like when you want to print out your work in a computer, you have to first transfer it to a computer. By doing this, you are increasing. You have to by transferring it to the computer, you have to make sure that your work has a high quality, so that when you print it out, it will come out very well. The printing, the paper, and the hard copy now will come out very well and clean. All right. So Oh, okay. Any other one? Yeah, the image size. I thought I treated the image size already. The image size. Okay. Now on this other side, this one is the redo. The redo. In case you want to redo your work, you redo. All right. So this is the zooming. You want to zoom your work. Zoom your work. Zoom, you reduce, you zoom it. All right. This is the grid lines. Next to it, grid lines. You have your grid lines. This grid line will help you to wage your designs so that they are in order, so that they are in line, so that they don't just scatter somehow. Some parts don't lengthen more than the other parts. So we also have the layer. Now this is the layer icon. This is the layer icon. Any work that you are doing, they have their own separate layers. You get now, they have their own separate layers. These are all the things we have on the layer background, on the working space. These are all the things we have on the working space. You can decide to hide them. You can decide to lock them so that they don't get and distracted. You can decide to delete them if you wish to. You can decide to edit them as well. So these are some of the features that we have looked at on this episode. So maybe in the next video we'll be going into details. We'll be going more we'll be doing more into all these various tools and also applying them in making designs. We also apply them in making designs. So in your spare time, you can decide to also take a survey around all these tools so that it will be used to you. I know so many of us, we are already used to it, but some persons that are not used to it, just in your spare time, go through them. It will help you a lot. In the next video, we'll be going into deep details on all these things that we have mentioned. Thanks for watching. Please and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that when we release the next video, you will be aware of it and you will be able to enjoy what we are treating. Thank you very much. Please subscribe and also share the video. Make a comment, any area you wish to ask a question in the comment section. Just ask a question. Thank you for watching. God bless you.